My name is Ryan Moore with Flight Flix Aviation. We have camera solutions for any camera on any aircraft. Today, the use of GoPros and all the different sports cameras on the market is very popular. It's also a great way to promote aviation, from flight instruction to tour operators and just a lot of fun flying. I've got 3 little boys myself. They spend all day on YouTube. And the best way to promote aviation is to go out and film and share video, get the young people interested and keep aviation alive. The challenge is, these days with the FAA and cameras, there really aren't any regulations that are specific for cameras on aircraft. So one thing we've done is really research the regulations. We spent a lot of time with the FAA and come up with great solutions to make this a safe practice and also a quote-unquote legal practice. So one of the best ways we do this is everything is metal. This day and age, all the plastic mounts, the GoPro cases and everything, they're great for surfboards and mountain bikes. The downside is plastic parts on aircraft with vibration and everything and UV exposure, they easily break. And this is something the FAA has paid a lot of attention to, and so far the FAA really hasn't regulated this. A great example is in Australia, with all the cameras that have come off of aircraft, they've actually simply outlawed it. And here we still have a little leniency. So let's keep this a positive thing, keep it going, and we have a lot of solutions here at Flight Flix to make that possible. There's essentially 3 ways you can attach a camera to an aircraft. That's temporary, then we as the pilot are responsible for that. But the best way to attach something temporary is without the use of tools. The FAA does not necessarily say that the use of tools is a differentiating factor, but we can easily argue that a temporary device is something that would not use tools. So one way that we've done that is attaching to a wing strut. We have very safe and secure rubber straps and all metal straps that are cushioned rubber. If we attach these, they quickly come off by hand and they're considered temporary. Another great way to do this is tie-down rings. Almost every aircraft has a tie-down ring. So we can easily attach this and clamp it down to a tie-down ring. It's very safe. We can put a safety nut on the back of this. It's never going to come off. It's all metal, but yet we can do this efficiently and I guess legally as far as the FAA is concerned. FAA friendly is what we say. Another way we can do this, most aircraft have inspection covers. Simply remove 2 screws from an inspection cover, put them right back in with this plate. We have a rubber gasket that goes underneath the cover to protect your paint. And you can attach this to a wingtip, underneath the wing or on the fuselage. You never want to put it on top of the wing or anywhere that's going to rob lift from the wing. But this would be considered a modification to the aircraft. So the nice thing is it is compliant as a minor alteration. A minor alteration only requires a logbook entry from an A&P mechanic. We have all these guidelines on our website. We also have a YouTube channel that gives all this information, and you can work with your A&P and go through a flow chart. It's an advisory circular AC 43210. If you follow this flow chart, you and your mechanic can easily find that most of these products can be installed under a minor alteration. Now, for those of you that are Part 135 operators, tour operators, or under the watchful eye of the FAA, we also here at Flight Flix very affordably do FAA approvals for you. All of our products have engineering data, and we can help anyone pretty much with any aircraft and any camera do an FAA approval. Hi, my name is Ryan with Flight Flix Aviation Cameras, and we have camera solutions for any camera on any aircraft. One of our most popular products is the Vibex mount. A lot of aircraft, it's a challenge to get good quality video given high speed and vibration from the engine, and we've got a lot of tube and fabric aircraft. The tube and fabric aircraft, engine vibration travels right down through the frame to the camera. When we have that, as you can see in this video, we have what we call jello effect or wobble. It has a lot of bad names, as most anything does that's unacceptable. And the wobble or jello comes from CMOS cameras. All the cameras on the market, like GoPros, Garmin, everything, they all use what's called a CMOS chip that scans across the image. And essentially what's happening is, from the beginning of the scan to the end of the scan, if the image moves, we end up with a wave in the video. We call that jello effect. It ends up looking like your image is in a bowl of jello. And there's really no software that will remove that. So the best way to get good quality video is to start with a good camera mount. The Vibex mount is 4 years of engineering to develop this dual patented gel isolator, and that will completely dampen the camera from the vibration. And one thing that we do is we actually dampen the camera right at the camera, not at the base. There's a lot of people that will try to do isolators at the base, and that will cause the camera to shake under low frequency vibration. So we make a good heavy duty rigid mount, all metal parts, and then if the vibration travels through to this point, we will isolate it at the camera and isolate the high frequency vibration. We have adapters for all the cameras, the GoPro. One of the ways that we've improved the mounting system for the GoPro is it's very challenging to level the GoPro. It always has to be mounted right side up or upside down. So no matter where this mount is located, you mount it where it's good for you on the aircraft, and you can rotate it to level and then lock it down.
This whole mount with
and now this mount is very rigid. This is one that we put on a wing strut. This works very well on Super Cubs and a lot of tube and fabric aircraft where vibration is an issue, but it'll work on any aircraft. It's universal. This wing strut really fits anything from a J3 to a Caravan. So we grab a hold of that camera, and really the only place it's allowed to move is right at the isolator. This gives us great quality video. Again, as you can see from this video example, you can see what is wobble and the jello effect, and you can see what this mount does for it.